What is up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katana. The K is for the middle name. So I am Katana K, and thank you for tuning in to my brand new YouTube channel. I am super excited that you are here. It's been a long time coming because I have wanted to make a channel for so long and I just procrastinated, but I'm finally doing it. So I'm glad you are here to celebrate with me, and I hope that you enjoy my content about self-development, spirituality, life in general, relationships, girl talk, law of attraction, manifestation, just all the good stuff. So I'm super excited. So thank you for tuning in. Today's video is about living in Atlanta, or either you contemplating moving to Atlanta. And I just want to talk about my journey and my experience so far. I moved to Atlanta August of 2017. So this August will be 3 years. I absolutely love it. But there's some things that you need to know, girl. There's some things you need to know before making that decision. So thanks for tuning in. If you're interested in this video, continue to watch. So like I said, I moved here August of 2017 from my hometown back in Illinois. And honestly, I've always wanted to live in Atlanta. When I graduated college, I was like, Atlanta is for me, because I don't know why. I just felt like this is where I needed to be. But the timing wasn't right. See, the biggest thing is going to be timing and knowing when it's your time to go and spread your wings and fly like a bird. So anyways, back in 2017, I was working. I was happy. I would say content, but I was at a point in my life where I felt like, all right, either I need to buy a house, I need to have a baby, I need to get married, you know, because we need milestones, right? We need something that we feel that we have accomplished. And I was at that point. And my first lady at the time said, I had a dream that you told me you were moving to Atlanta. And that was all the confirmation I needed. Like, honestly, I was like, a word? Okay. And after that, I kind of just made the decision that this is what I'm going to do. I'm moving to Atlanta. So I made a 6-month plan and decided that in that August of that year that I was going to make the big move. And I just took all the steps, you know, to prepare for that move, which consisted of, number one, you need to decide, are you making this move by yourself, someone coming with you, or what you gonna do? For me, I was going with or without the next person. And that's what it comes down to. So you have to decide, am I willing to make this move by myself? You know, or are you in a place where you feel like, I don't want to go by myself. You know, I want my best friend to go. I want my friend to move with me, or my boo, my babe, my sister, my brother, anybody. But the thing with that is, you are relying on somebody else's timing of being prepared and ready. So my situation, I was flying solo, and I was okay with that. So the second step that I did is I needed to decide, what did I want my life to look like once I actually made it to Atlanta? Did I want to be in traffic on the way to a job every day? Was I going to work in the clubs? Because, you know, the nightlife is popping here. Or did I want to try to create my own stream of income? So what I did was I started a virtual assistant business, which meant I handled administrative tasks for small business owners remotely. So I had this in order and started taking on clients before I was even on my way to Atlanta. You know, like, I had decided that I was going. I knew that I wanted to work from home. I wanted to give myself time to get acclimated to the city, and then want to move to a new city, have a new job, be in traffic, I just knew that it could affect my experience. So I just wanted to control what I could control, which is my day-to-day life and how I wanted to make money at that time. So the first thing I did was I committed to the move, and I committed to going by myself, to flying solo. The second thing that I did was I needed to decide what I wanted my life to look like. How was I going to survive in Atlanta? And I decided to start a virtual assistant business, as well as make a proposal to my current job to allow me to work remotely. Yes. And because your girl's bomb, because work ethic is on point, they accepted that. So that was something else I had lined up. The third thing I did was like, okay, where am I going to stay? So I was connected with this company called ProMove. And what ProMove does is you let them know what's your budget, what areas you want to live in, your must-haves, how many bedrooms, all of those things. And they will actually send you a list of apartments that meet the criteria. So that's what I did first. So I'm doing a lot of research on my own. I'm on apartments.com. I'm on Zillow. And make sure you read the reviews. You have to read the reviews when you are searching for somewhere you are going to stay. So I spent a lot of time doing this, searching for places, calling places, trying to just find out, what areas is best. Because it's like Atlanta has so many different pockets and little cities that surround the actual city of Atlanta. I had no idea. I have, of course, traveled to Atlanta for vacations and things, but I was moving here now. So this is a totally different ball game, With that research, also what I did is I planned a trip to Atlanta, and I got my friend Amber. Hey girl. Got my friend Amber, who actually used to stay in Atlanta but no longer did, to fly out with me to Atlanta. And we stayed, I believe, maybe 5 days. And what we did is we made a list of apartments that we wanted to go view, and that's what we did the entire time we were here. It's actually going to these apartments, walking the properties, and let me tell you, some of the pictures that you see online will deceive you. So do not move to another city, another state, across town without going to see the actual place yourself with your own 2 eyes, okay? Because again, everybody has different standards. So something that may be cool for me may not be cool for you, and vice versa. So I was so happy that I had the opportunity to go scout and look at some apartments. And on that initial trip, I found one apartment. I wanted a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I wanted to be in a nice neighborhood. I was open to a 1-bedroom, but it needed to allow me to have an office space since I was going to be working from home, right? So I found a 1-bedroom. It was decent, it was cute, but it was smaller than what I really wanted. So I left Atlanta like, okay, it's okay. I was gonna settle and just go with it, because I'm like, do I want to make another trip out there, or just take it or leave it? And what I decided was to actually take another trip to Atlanta, maybe like a month later. And this trip was actually by myself, and I stayed a few days, and I did the apartment searching again, and actually came across an apartment that I was happy with. So I went ahead and applied, did the paperwork, flew back home to Illinois as it was getting processed. Ended up with a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, had a sunroom. It was decent for me, so it was cool. So let's fast forward to the actual move. At the time, I had a 2-bedroom house back in Illinois, and I decided that I didn't want to start over, but instead I was going to pack a U-Haul, and I was going to drive that U-Haul with all my stuff to Atlanta. That way I didn't have to start over from scratch. So it's up to you, but for me, it made more sense rather than having to reshop, refurnish my house. I decided to take everything from my current home, load it in a truck, and moved it to my new house in Atlanta. So from Illinois to Georgia is about a 9-hour drive, and my family was very supportive and helped me, and we just made it a family, almost like vacation, and they helped me move here. All right, so once you make it to Atlanta, what do you do? Oh my gosh, here I am. I think I was 26 at the time. I'm in a new city, I'm in a new state. I'm 9 hours away from my family, but I was super excited. I knew that the move was for me because I was at peace and I was happy and I was excited and I was ready for what was to come. So, what do you need to know living in Atlanta? Don't get caught up in the hype, boo. There is a lot to do. There's a lot going on all of the time. Don't lose yourself by moving here to this city, because I feel like so many people do. There's so many parties and networking events and this and that, and just people everywhere. There's always action happening, and which is all fine and dandy. But what I will say, before you make a move like this to a big city, don't move here trying to figure out who you are as a person, where your values lie, because this city will eat you alive. Literally. So for me, I started out going to a lot of the parties and the networking events, and all of that was cool, and I was meeting people, but I felt like what do I really want to do? Like, what do I really want to accomplish? I didn't want to be going to these events and not really have an end goal in mind, so I fell back from the whole networking scene and just kind of focused on what I was doing, and just kind of searching internally. It wasn't that I didn't know who I was morally or anything like that, but I needed to figure out what I was trying to make happen in this city, basically. So fast forward, life's great. Meme that says outside costs $100 an hour. Literally, outside costs $100 an hour. You got parking, you got cover to get in, you want a hookah, you want drinks, you want whatever to live your fabulous life, boo. You need to have some money. So it's like, don't come here with the expectations that you just live your best life and be partying all the time, because it's bigger than that. Come here to want to make something of yourself, to do something, to be a part of something great, and just to take all of these things into consideration. As far as friends go, honestly, guys, so you are dealing with all types of guys and girls from different backgrounds. It's just like a melting pot. So that comes with a lot. And like I said, I'm going on 3 years of being here. I went to a networking event the first year that I moved here. It was like a networking mixer, and it was really awesome. And I met a lot of women, but 5 of those women that I met that day or that night at that event, I still keep in contact with. So it was really awesome. But beyond that, I've had friendships here and there, but they didn't really last long for one reason or another, which is fine. But it's just making friends could or could not be easy. It just depends. It hasn't been a huge factor for me, luckily, but it is just something to consider. There is networking groups, and there's an app called Meetup, and you can meet random people. There's Facebook groups. There's just a lot of opportunities here to meet people. So I would say when you come, just be very open-minded about it, okay? Just be very open-minded about it. Now, I know you guys are wondering, sis, how's the dating scene? What's up? Because of course there's stereotypes of, Atlanta has all the gays and this and that. It's they're everywhere. And what I could say is I personally never had an issue with undercover men, or just, it's just like pray for discernment. Pray for discernment, sis, so that you can recognize ahead of time what's up. But with that being said, there is a lot of quality men here. There's a lot of non-quality men here, just like pretty much anywhere else. And just like I'm telling you, don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in the fast life of the club life and the Atlanta life and the celeb life and all these wonderful things. It's just like, in regards to relationships and dating, it's know what your values are, know what your expectations are, know what you are looking for. I came here single. I dated, I went on dates and I'm now in a happy, healthy relationship with my boo, whom I met here, and it's wonderful, so we can get into that later. But just be open-minded. Don't allow that to stop you from moving here, okay? Also, what I wanted to speak to you guys about is the cost of living, because I didn't mention that. But when I first moved, I had a 2-bedroom, 1 bath in Marietta, Georgia, which is Cobb County. I absolutely love Cobb County, and I paid, I believe, $1,100 for a 2-bedroom. Then I moved not too far into it's my address is Atlanta, Georgia, but it's still very close to Smyrna, which is also Cobb County. I absolutely love this area. It takes me 15-20 minutes to get each and every place that I want to go. And rent over here ranges from $1,100 to $1,400, just kind of depends on what you're looking for. And even in regards to what you're looking for, when I moved here, I had the idea like, oh, I need space for when I have company and visitors, and don't worry about them, because when they come, they can sleep on your couch, on the floor. Like, you guys will work it out. Like, don't add unnecessary expenses to yourself to accommodate something that may happen in the future, as far as people that may come and visit you and see you and blah, 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 blah. Like, think about your budget. Think about that you want to be able to live comfortably, and then also still be able to enjoy the city as well. So, I don't know, overall, I freaking love this city. I love living in Atlanta. I love that people from everywhere migrate here. I love that it's just so culturally inclined. I love that anything that you are into, if you're into the arts, if you're into the music, the movie industry is huge here now. If you're into the clubs and just whatever entertainment, like, the opportunities are here. The parks, nature, rivers. The only thing that Atlanta is missing is the beach. And I can hop on a flight and go to Miami easily, so that's not an issue. But these are just some of the things that I want you to consider. That's what I can think of right now. If you have any more questions, if you want to know anything more specific, please comment below. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And I love you guys, and I thank you for supporting me. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.